Hey guys, Drew Rice here of the Engineering Success YouTube channel, where each week I talk about different personal finance and career related topics. So if you're interested in that type of content, be sure to subscribe down below, and that way you don't miss out on any of my new content. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my very first podcast experience. So this past week, I had the pleasure of going on the Rise Productive podcast with fellow small YouTuber Demetri. He's a YouTuber that just recently hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and what he focuses on is personal development, health and wellness, and some personal finance topics. So be sure to check it out. It's a great follow. His podcast and his regular videos are both really good content. Definitely go and watch that full podcast because we talk about things like the education system in the US, about avoiding lifestyle inflation, different online and other monetary scams, and a myriad of other topics that were so easy to go through in that over an hour-long format. So it's really good, especially if you want to get more of an insight into who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I know in these videos where I'm talking about, stocks or investing or credit cards, you don't necessarily get too much of a glimpse into me. And it's always nice to know who you're getting your information from. As for my experience going on the podcast, it was awesome to be able to collaborate with another small YouTuber, because I think it's really important that in this community that we support each other and make sure that we're able to help one another grow together and take tips and tricks from each other and learn best practices, so that way we can make better content. Another YouTuber that does a great job of supporting small YouTubers, just like I'm talking about, is LifeWithVinceLuu. Definitely go check out his channel as well. He does a lot of stuff on health and fitness. It's very inspirational to see all of the stuff that he does, and he does daily uploads. So he is really on the grind, and there's always new content. And he's actually what gave me the idea to go ahead and do this video, is because he went on Demetri's channel and he did a follow-up to that interview. So I figured this video would be a good idea where I could try and, give back a little bit to both Demetri and to Vince for the way they've been helping me, among other small YouTubers, grow. There were two main takeaways I have from that podcast. Number one is that networking with one another is really awesome. I think it's great to have the opportunity to work with another YouTuber who has a similar passion and similar goals. And that's the point, is for us to be able to help each other. And number two was that I need to work on not using filler words. I say, more than anyone says, and it's a real problem because it's not much better. So I need to work on that before I do more long form stuff. And on that note, I definitely want to do more long form stuff in the future, because I really like being able to sit down and talk with another person about their experiences, so that you guys aren't just hearing stuff from me. My ultimate goal for the channel is to have something similar to what Demetri's doing, where I do normal specific topic videos, and then also have different people come on. Some people with, say, a electrical engineering background, mechanical engineering, computer science, maybe even an MBA, someone that maybe transitioned from engineering to another discipline, or just talking to different people about how they paid off debt in a manageable way, or how they got into investing. And that's because I think it's a real issue with adolescents, both in high school and college, trying to figure out what it is they want to do with their life and not really having much of an insight into it outside of their parents. And that kind of leaves us out to dry if we don't want to do exactly what our parents did, or just we don't know what we want to do. And I think that's my main goal. Is, I know for me, coming out of high school, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I thought that I wanted to go into chemical engineering because I really liked biochemistry. Then I realized my sophomore year, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to work in the industries that I would end up probably having to work in if I wanted to maximize my career potential. So that's why I ended up switching to systems engineering. And I really think that's going to be an exciting direction for the channel to go. And that's something I'm going to be starting once I hit the 1K subscriber mark, because then I'll have more options as a creator. And as far as the education system needing to do a better job of preparing kids for jobs and college choices, here's a clip from the podcast that Demetri and I did.
I want to get into a topic that's about why essentially do you think people should go to community college? I think this will be a good little back and forth we can have here about that.
Yeah, for sure. So just so everyone knows, so I did end up going to NC State. I was actually pretty, I would say, obnoxious at the time when I was graduating high school, because I was so sure that that was where I was going to go. And I did really well in high school and knew that I could get in. And I literally only applied to NC State. And
oh, wow.
So then I went for chemical engineering because I was interested in biochem, and knew that engineering was a better option as far as like marketability in the in the job market, and so that's what I went for. And then about a year and a half into that, I realized, well, this is not what I want to do, and because I didn't go for the right reasons. I went thinking that I knew what it was, but I didn't actually have a goal in mind. And so then what happened was I came back home and went to the local community college and started loading trucks at UPS. And that way I was able to figure out what I wanted to do. I know it's like a classic thing of do something that you really don't enjoy. I know Casey Neistat is someone that definitely preached that. Is the best way to figure out what you want to do is to do something you absolutely don't want to do with a lot of time to think. And so that was very helpful. And then to answer your actual question is going to community college, it was a great choice because it gave me the time to focus on what I wanted, figuring out what I wanted to do, because I wasn't as worried about things like my, 4-year GPA, because what's really cool about community colleges, if you go and as long as you finish your associates, if you transfer in, then it becomes a little bit more muddy. But if you finish your associates at most, at least as far as I'm aware, public schools in the United States, when you transfer in, you will automatically be a junior you'll automatically be a junior, and your GPA will start over when you get to that school. So instead of having your like freshman year where all of us are adjusting and trying to figure out, what we're even supposed to be doing in college, among other things, you're only getting measured on those last 2 to 3 years, depending on, what degree you're getting, where you're already more focused, which was a huge help.
And there you have it. That is a very small taste of about an hour and 20-minute long podcast that Demetri and I did together. Definitely don't forget, go check it out, watch it all the way through. I'm sure you'll find some gold nuggets, and be on the lookout because everything that we discussed in that video, I will be discussing on this channel and more in the future. My goal is to have a holistic approach to building success both in a career, financially, and just in life in general. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss out on any of my new content, and I will see you guys next time.